波罗17号开展最后一次登月活动以后，人类不但再没有登上过月球，而且这接近50年的时间，再没有离开过几百公里以上的这个轨。原因是什么？就是因为这样的探测活动太花钱了。所以说呢，在美苏争霸太空竞赛的这个时期，那么这两个国家呢，可以因为政治目的不计代价的开展这个载人的登陆月球的活动，而这个时代已经过去了。所以目前呢，这个无论是重返月球还是登陆火星，那么更多的呢是以我们刚才提到的科学目的和其他的工程目的为主要的牵引。那么在这样一个过程中呢，其实呢是非常不容易的。尽管从科学原理或者说从工程的原理来说，人类目前呢就是说进行载人登陆火星已经就是说不存在这个根本性的技术障碍，也就只要我人类去做，那么总会把这样的技术突破实现人类登陆火星的。但是呢，就是说从技术上来说呢，确实还有很多的挑战，比如说大质量物体在火星表面着陆。你想想，这人登上火星，那他肯定是乘一个这个飞船过去吧，至少得几吨重吧。那么人类目前送到火星表面最重的物体就是好奇号火星车，只有1吨重。那你这个更大质量的物体送到火星表面，这个技术还没有掌握，是未来是要进行这个相应的这个技术演示，那么来进行开展的。那么更要命的其实是从火星返回的技术。那么我们知道着陆火星已经非常不容易了。那么因为火星是一个和地球一样的，是一个大质量的一个天体，它比月球要大得多。所以说呢，从火星表面再起飞返回到环绕火星的轨道，这又是一个挑战。那么这个就不是一个几吨重的一个着陆器它能够实现的这个功能了。所以说，到底怎么样从火星表面起飞回到这个环绕火星的轨道上，这又是一个很大的一个挑战。那么人总是要回地球的嘛，那么再从火星返回地球，对不起，那你需要的能量也非常高。所以说呢，你看看，不但到目前为止没有实施过人类去火星的计划，而且呢，甚至到目前为止没有一个国家能够发射探测器到是包括我国、包括美国都有可能实施这样的计划，肯定是首先实行无人的这个采样返回。你解决了这样的技术，才谈到有人的问题。而刚才我们讲到的这些技术挑战，其实呢，都是可以解决的，但是最大的问题还是缺钱。因为现在呢，就是说这个火星的这个探测
，20年前启动立项，在2006年立项吧，然后一直到2016年，花了10年时间才起飞，才那个首飞。长征5号它是大兵舰，又被我们戏称为胖5，因为它很重，全重是达到了880吨。它是一个2级半火箭，也就是2级加4个助推器。我们这4个助推器呢，它是由液氧和煤油的这么一个推荐剂组合。然后1级火箭和2级火箭的话，都是液氢和液氧燃料。我们知道啊，这个长征5号它用了3种燃料，就是煤油、液氧和液氢。然后按照它的这燃料的温度来看的话，是煤油温度大于液氧温度大于液氢的温度，所以我们长征5号燃料加注的一个程序的话，是按先加注温度最高的液氧那个煤油，再加注液氧，最后是液氢。我们的煤油在昨天晚上就已经加注完成了，液氧和液氢也分别于今天的凌晨和早上加注完成了。现在我们就静待发射。因为此次任务呢，应该也是长征5号在服役以来执行的一个最为重量级的一次任务，就是我们国家的首次的火星探测任务。对，刚刚有朋友提到液氢一直在加，因为液氢它的这个沸点很低吧，是零下170多度，所以它很容易蒸发，所以它 都是处在一个一直加注，然后不停蒸发的一个状态。此次火星探测任务呢，是我国首次这个火星探测自主发射的，准确来说是自主发射的首次任务。我们其实在2011年的话，有执行过一个萤火1号任务，那一次的话是由俄罗斯的那个火箭发射，但很遗憾，萤火1号任务由于这个俄罗斯的福布斯上面级出了一点故障，没有能进入这个奔火的轨道，最后又坠回了我们的太平洋。这一次任务的话，我们将实现，如果成功的话，将有可能实现世界上首次这个绕落巡，对火星进行绕落巡，同时完成绕落巡这么一个非常这个伟大的壮举。然后我们这一次的天问1号这个探测器的话，它是因为是绕落巡这么一个任务设计嘛，所以天问1号它是由3个部分组成，一个是轨道器。再一个呢，Hello， 大家好，可以听到声音吗？我这边好像有点网络出点问题。可以听到的话发个1吧。那我就继续简单的说一说，我们这个天问1号探测器它是由轨道器，然后还有个着陆器。着陆器的话，它里面还装载一个火星车，有这么几个部分构成。我们这个轨道器的话，它全重大概是3吨多一点，着陆器大概是1.5吨左右。这样轨道器加着陆器这么构成的一个总质量是5吨，约5吨的一个重量，就是我们这一次的载荷全重是5吨重，也是我们长征5号它一个探火奔火的一个运载能力大概是在5吨左右。当然，也有网友之前有航天爱好者就是有说过，这个根据理论计算的话，长征5号它的一个探火运载能力可能不止5吨，就是可能在其他的发射窗口的条件下，有可能可以达到6吨。那我们这一次任务的载荷是5吨左右。火星车的话，它火星车重量是240公斤。尺寸的话，它是一个火星车主体是一个立方体，长宽高分别是2.0米、1.65米和0.8米。我来给大家简单介绍一下我们这一次的天问1号的火星车的一些信息吧。我们这一次火星车的话，它担负了许多的这个探测任务，包括火星巡视区的形貌探测，它使用了一个导航地形相机；火星巡视区的这个土壤探测，进行剖面的一个水冰勘察。我们利用火星车上的次表层探测雷达是可以完成的，以及火星车还装载了一个多光谱相机和火星表面成分探测仪，用于这个探测火星巡视区的表面元素、矿物和岩石类型的一个探测，以及还搭载了火星表面磁场探测仪、火星气象探测仪，用来探测火星的大气物理特征和表面环境特征。然后我们火星车的话，它这一次的火星车它的一个供电来源主要是依靠蓄电池加太阳能板。它是一个蝴蝶状的、可展开的一个蝴蝶状的一个太阳能板。然后很遗憾的是，我们这一次我本来我原以为吧，它这个火星车可能有搭载核燃料电池，但是查一下资料是没有，就完全靠蓄电池和太阳能板供电。
终于快了。
快乐。
第二关。
简单解说一下。 刚刚有网友提到这个某些发射窗口吧，发射窗口这个问题的，就是我们这一次火星探测发射窗口是今年的7月底到8月上旬，就这么一个大概1个月长的时间段都可以作为发射窗口。但其实不同的这个日期发射，它可能到达火星所需的所用的时间是不一样的。比如我们前些天7月20号发射的一个阿联酋的那个火星探测器，是用在日本的种子岛发射场用日本的 H2A 火箭发射的发射那个阿联酋的希望号火星探测器。它虽然是我们这一次火星探测最早发射的这个火星探测器，但是它反而是到达火星最晚的。就我们这一次的话，有那个阿联酋、中国和美国3方的探测器都加入了这个。
Hi guys, uh, so wait a sec.
还有一个比较有意思的这种任务的，应该就是重型通讯卫星直推同步轨道。
对，这个是非常有意思的。不过不是说那个马斯克不想搞氢氧机吗？他这他做扯逼什么程度还不知道呢。总之，重这一块并不是完全很尴尬，就是这个东西怎么说呢？人家很省钱呀，是吧？省钱，我只要能够烧点燃料就行了。
这个是。
所以呀，还是用云台好一点。
真的好，都看得清楚吧？新来的各位都看得清楚吧？
我这个相机好麻烦，还是要放着望远镜上来看得到那个。
新来的直播间的朋友，到底能不能看得清对吧？那就可以。我已经放到最大了，再放就放不大了。
我建议他把麦关了。
我就这一个手机，尽力了。手机比较一般。实际上是 P40。瞎说啥P40呢？P40 Pro。对，12.40发，12.40发。当心脚不要碰到。
快12点。
现在几点了
11点59了。
对，还有40分钟。
开始吧。40 18分钟。回来吧。这是中国国家航空航天局直播室。
别动，别动，别动！
你为什么要拍呢？
直播啊，很多人在看啊。
对呀、直播啊。你是直播人吗？
对啊。
你是手机吗？
对啊。
你的这个能发到那个 NASA 爱好者的群里吗？这个东西能发到微信上 NASA 爱好者的群里吗？
哪个 NASA 爱好者？
手机上有的那种。微信里面订阅号消息。
不知道。
群里面能看的。
别再收我手机了，我尽力了。别靠在栏杆上，别靠在。好像没了，要么就是这里还有个大将军台。这是安吉拉的。看你是要去斗鱼官，斗鱼官方用了这条线。
还有这个掉到那个水游泳池里面。
下面不是游泳池。
你提前50秒告诉我去爬呀。提前因为。我看那个火箭，它是打到了水点的，就不信的话，我看2位小的，哼。我今天去游泳，冷死你了。这是穿泳衣。
12点40发。
3.01。
对，因为这次我们是火焰协会一起办的一个活动，有很多的小孩和大人一起来亲临现场看发射。能看清楚就行。这是在海南文昌。
我要吃个量。
啊。
皮革。
现在咋样？
给你冲啊！
为什么不按时？
吓死你们怕啥呀？都直播那么半天了。
就去冲吧，刚才就冲。谢谢你啊，小帅哥。你干嘛？我把点水给你喝啊。来来，过来。
啊。有很多人是在那个下面的海滩边上。我们现在在航天房里面，在航天房里面。
什么时候上课？
这个到时候得问一下安吉拉。好几个直播都没了，有哪些直播没了啊？现在应该不躲了吧？你能看到吧？能啊，没问题吧？没问题，挺好的。现在还抖吗？现在还抖吗？
这我哪知道
我在问那个直播间的那些不懂，晚了一笔。那因为我用三脚架，估计刚刚有些风吹什么的，也够清晰吧？应该。
其他有射雕英雄传，12点。
到时候那个，发射的时候你帮我直播的间里面就多几。我的手机可以放到50倍。
你看我这个放嘛，
你放到50倍。
当然，我这个不是，这普通的是放到50倍。然后呢，我自己手机自己拍照的话，可以放到50倍。
我这个范围应该
你的只能30倍，跟手机的那个，我是最新的手机，旗舰手机 P40 Pro。对。
哎，你说我现在过去是不是那里全部都站满人呢？我们去那屋顶上看，他肯定。
蹲一下。啊？你让我蹲一下干嘛呀？
这个文章的基础设施太差了。来，我给你找信号来。
Hey guys, welcome back to Rocket Gyan, and today we are seeing the one of the rarest launches. And let me tell you guys, this is not an official live stream from the Chinese space agency. They just rejected it, and I don't know, they weren't doing it. So the space enthusiasts of China, they are providing us the live stream. So this can be a bit laggy sometimes, so pardon me for that. And also I must tell you about this mission. So this mission is basically the China is aiming big this time. Okay, China is like for this mission only, it is doing all the three things. It has in the Mars probe, it has orbiter, it has lander, and it has the rover, and it is doing all the three things in one go only, and that too in first try. In 2011 it made it made its another try, but that was you can say destroyed, because the Russian propulsion system didn't work, and it ended up burning in the atmosphere. So this time they are aiming big, and I know why aren't they, why aren't they streaming. The official live stream is not available. I can make a guess only, I don't know much about it, but I can make a guess, that is um, they don't want their reputation to be spoiled, that's why, if anything bad happens during the mission, because the rocket they are using is the Long March 5B rocket, and it has only four flights, and three and out of which one is unsuccessful, one failed. So you know. Thank you so much guys for tuning in the live stream. I really appreciate it, but I am having a really very hard time getting this live stream for you guys. So if you can if you appreciate the effort, then you can just subscribe and like, and yeah. So what let's just talk about the Mars mission for some time, the Chinese Mars mission. uh, okay, so what is it all about? So first of all, the instruments, the scientific instruments will be there on the orbiter and the rover, not on the lander. Okay, and the landing will be like the InSight landing, the NASA's InSight landing. First they'll use the heat shield, then the parachutes, and then the rockets to slow it, the rocket engine to slow it down, retro rockets we say it. We have that. Let me provide you more info on it if I can get it. Mm, yeah, so we have this let me just tell you the scientific instruments which it is carrying. It has in total 12 instruments. In orbiter we have a medium resolution camera with a resolution of 100 meter from a 400 kilometer orbit, a high resolution camera with a resolution of 2 meter from a 4 kilometer orbit. Then we have a Mars magnetometer, which is used to measure the magnetic field, Mars mineral spectrometer to determine the elementary composition, the orbiter subsurface radar to, you can say, map the surface, the Mars ion and neutral particle analyzer. Uh, if I'm not wrong, this will basically analyze the neutral particles present in the um, upper atmosphere, you can say, or the orbit. Then the rover, we have the ground penetrating radar to image about 100 meters below the Martian surface, Mars surface magnetic field detector to detect the magnetic field of the surface, Mars surface compound detector to detect what all compounds we have on the surface, then the multi-spectrum camera to have to, you can say, view the Mars in different spectrums, and then finally we have a navigation and topography camera. So as you can see, this is seriously going very big this time. And you know, if when this they are like planning to come in, you can say, come where the NASA is standing right now with just one launch. They are planning to do that, and if they are successful, yes, they will come in that category only. So guys, the whitish fumes which you are seeing right now is because of the uh, cryogenic fuel which it is having, the rocket is having. The rocket is having a cryogenic fuel in it. Okay, it is basically, and it is the fumes are of the liquid oxygen. The bleeding valves are there on the rocket, which is used to depressurize the excess pressure developed in the tank because of the cryogenic temperature of the oxygen when it cools down to room temperature. This is guys, the kids are not mine. This is the backgrounds of the official stream only, that's why. I can mute the official stream if you want. No problem with that.
12:40，12:40。坐一会儿，休息一会儿。
China is going big, and we don't know how it will accomplish all these things.
P40 Pro。
So let's just hope the best, and let's just watch the launch.
《斗鱼以后他路上可以上传。
昨天安逸说了，斗鱼今天给主持人。
这火星天气消失了耶。
对。
为什么它要消失呢？我问一下你，为什么它消失了？
等一下，我先直播，待会儿我们直播它发射结束的时候，我们再来回答问题，好不好？
课上不上啊？祝天气风铃应该很漂亮吧？发射的时候会不会？我们正在看吧，这种话。
不会。
不会，我们远离发射场就听不到了。
安静，不要大吼大叫的。
房间里在看，大家稍微安静一点啊！这次长征我
轩轩，
先问1号。
没看动画片吗？还有呢，轩姐的哟，你跟妹妹一起看呐。到这里面来。来，
你的电视机打开，
戴轩，
看能不能投屏。不是投屏，那我自己投屏过去。
啊！来，给姐姐一起看，你过来，你这个。
你看被我击落的全是
那妹妹坐一点。
那个，各位同学，各位小朋友，我们看一下电视机能不能投屏，可以的话，我把我那里直播的信号投过来，你们可以坐在床上看，可以吗？可不可以？
你看别人那个，
你看一下，
里面不凉快一点吗？外面不热吗？让昨天跟姐姐一起看好不好？耳机给姐姐听一个吧。你等一下，暂停一下。
那你们2个人搞个椅子坐着。轩轩，你们俩坐这个位置。那，轩轩，咱们俩坐这个位置。俩坐这个位置。
对呀。啊。
你带着轩轩，你带着摇篮油啊。你坐过来一点，坐一点点。
好。
对了。2、3、1。
把这个我还给一下，这还要吗？
你看很少你同款的气味。
谁打的？
小朋友。在楼下。
谁打的？
这是他的腿，这个打到这个小鸡鸡这里。
你爸爸叫什么？
危险的啊！他偏偏说他是我。我脸在哪？
谁说你？你打他干嘛？你爸爸呢？
好快点！要不这个火箭发射，我马上闹钟就要到死了。还有23分钟。23分钟的目标。
你打他？谁打的？谁叫你打的？
其他的。还叫我记得下。没有，我没叫他。
别动，别动，不用动它，不用动它。不用关。你出来，然后把门关上。你要出来吗？出来。要出来的，好，跟3个加保持距离。再直播，保持安静，可以吗？你要出来就出来，可以吗？你不要出来吗？不出来你就
看吧，在里面看也行。
哎，别动三脚架，你脚当心。
还有几分钟发射。你的时间呢？还是12:20。还有20分钟。
安静。关上。
里面震耳欲聋的。
现在好点了吗？
快点！你在上楼梯吗？
哎，为什么我不能
你在哪？
朋友圈啊？
你在哪？
没有的。你是怎么分享的？
好，上来3504，那个3502。
好像你要下来。
我已经下了吧。
汤叔叔不给我们说。
安静一点，轻一点。
回来。
安静，轻一点，好吗？就要发射了，各位准备好啊！
对。
40分。
火星离开发射，离开碰撞塔了吗？
没有。
运转车的话，我估计还没准备好。
已经等待发射，已经停在那了。
它已经在那儿了，我就会震耳欲聋了。
这巨声，轰隆隆隆。
有信来海南探知。要发射了耶！快点，我来。
别动！我知道，不是。
小朋友当心点。
好，因为是3脚架很容易。
别到外面去啊！
喷水。等下，你看一下那电视机可以弄吗？电视机可以无线收。
开不了，开都没法开。
我去拿个相机。妈妈，相机给我，相机。我说相机，相机。哦不对，就拿你手机吧，就拿你手机拍照。来。等会我会拍的，你不要拿手机。拿相机。
安静一点。
23了，刚过6分钟。
为什么我这个调出来就是房子呀？
基本上放到最大。
看到火箭了，
马上会倒数了。
这个门不关，就这样。
12:40发射。
多少分？多少秒？
大概12:40。
我刚才也在这里了，那小朋友太危险了。
最好是保持点距离。
到底什么时候？
原谅你去呗。
安静。都在看直播。
这东西太高级了，不会用。
我稍微往左边移一点吧。跟小孩子保持点距离。我先动一下啊，我转个稍微转个好点的视角。
保守行不行？太占位置了。
现在可以吗？
Guys, we are just 16 minutes from the launch, and hopefully everything is looking good as from the visual point of view, but we can't say anything about the weather because we don't have the confirmations from the control room. So as you can see guys, we are heading towards the launch now, and T minus 15 minutes are there, and hopefully everything goes correctly. And I have so much to talk about it. I had so many plans, but then when I woke up in the morning, I saw that China is not providing the live stream. Then all my effort and all my hard work went into finding the stream where I can find the stream. I know this is tough sometimes, and that to a China stream is very very tough to get. And if we are getting one, then yeah, we are like the lucky ones. Guys, the this Long March 5B will put this rock the Mars probe, or the Tianwen 1, if I'm not wrong, into a direct trajectory towards the Mars. Okay, this it is doing. It is putting it into a direct trajectory into the Mars, which you can say, which will finally, wait a sec. Just wait a sec. Yeah, so I was saying that it will put into a direct trajectory to the Mars, and we will have the look into it, like it the orbit will be.
我再调整一下。
这样我拍不了的。可以拍，可以拍。这样拍不了的，拍不了的。不要靠这个危险，掉下去怎么办？
它火箭快发射了，会把它缩小的。
这海的颜色。
几点几时？12点28了。还有12分钟，各位还有12分钟发射。各位，12点半。各位还有12分钟发射。
好，我们等待你们。
央视不直播很正常，我这里来直播。
Guys, let's just talk about the Long March 5B rocket only itself. So Long March 5B rocket has 4 strap-on boosters, which is basically liquid fuel booster, and one first stage which has cryogenic, which runs on liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. The 4 boosters run on RP1 and liquid oxygen. Okay, so that's one thing.
10分钟到计时准备，安静安静。看，现在开始看，现在安静都好吗？现在各小朋友都安静。
And yeah, the smoke is normal. It is not an issue, because that smoke is there so as to you can say release the pressure of the tanks. And yeah, so I was saying it has the 4 strap-on boosters, then the first stage. These all three things, all two things light up during the ignition only, during the start process at t-0, and then the strap-on booster separate. Then the first stage also separate. Then we have a second stage, and we have an optional third stage if we want. And hopefully we will be having an optional third stage in this launch, if I am not wrong. That's and as mentioned by Roger, it is not a smoke which is coming out. It is basically the gas, the liquid oxygen gas, which is to be leaked out, otherwise it will have blasted on the pad only.
再记就不清楚了。
我这已经是装的最大了。
再记我就得上去了。
别急了，别急了。
We are closing, guys, towards the launch. It is now only 9 minutes to the launch. We are here. 9 minutes.
刷个火箭。发个火箭给我。来怎么？哎，我怎么去把我的这个直播间给他那个呢？
这里比航天局快一点。斗鱼官方直播。所以你们确定斗鱼是用的我的那个视频来源吗？
All the, you can say, I wish best of luck to China for this mission. Let's just be when it comes to science, let's just remove all our hatred and wish best of luck to them. It's just because of the science, because that science will only help us in understanding the Mars more perfectly.
100万嘛。
这是热度好像。
哎呀，你这个太麻烦了。还有点沉稳。
打字我来给你打。
电麦还没发射，因为都在准备呀。
好几个直播都是我。
We are just waiting for the launch to happen. Hopefully, let me find if everything is looking good or not.
你可以看那个斗鱼直播，你看。
我怎么看？
就群里面发的那个链接。
看一看，我们这里有1000小朋友都在这里看直播。
没有看直播。高慧涵，你的相机在这样挂脖子上，还有一个第二个直播。
我这里的那个直播的话是那个安吉拉火星小姐姐的。
抖音直播。
可以过来看看，安吉拉火星小姐姐，找一下我。咋加水印啊？我都不会加。
12点40，那就7分钟了，就7分钟了。
倒计时7分钟。没这个好紧张。
啊。
好吗？好吗？好不好？
各大平台都
算是非常好了，我再也找不到比这个还好的位置。又不晒，还能看到，还能看到它爆开的。你看那飞机
原视频就在这里，安静，安静，安静，安静。要看的话就安静，可以吗？
安静。看见吗？
可以看见吗？你要不坐我肩上？
可以让，但是不能爬啊，所有小朋友都不允许爬。
坐我肩上。
啊，走了。等会你低一点，你蹲一下，你蹲一下。好，两个脚分开，现在两脚分开。对，好，看见吗？
Let's just remove this noise only. Okay, so guys, we are 6 minutes to the launch, and everything looking good. The weather is looking good, and also the rocket. And yeah, the weather was not good in China for some time, but I don't think so that is a problem here in the launch set and in the trajectory of Mars. Since this is not an official stream, we won't be having a good look at the rocket itself and the launch itself, and also we'll be getting whatever the views we will get from the ground, and no animation, no second stage, no onboard camera, nothing. Hopefully we'll be changing the views from that, and going means when the official videos come out after the launch, then we can have a look at those also and find out how does it work. We are 3 minutes from the launch, guys, and let me share you this one fact also, that this Mars probe which they have made is does have some international collaboration from ESA, from France agency and all, but I don't think so they have any collaboration in terms of building of building of the Mars probe, but instead they have collaboration in like where should they land, what is the geography, and getting the history from the getting the experience from the past missions. So yeah, they have some collaborations, and let's see how it goes. Although this rocket has not flown much, this has only 3 successful flights till now, and this is the China's most heaviest rocket. And we don't know what else it has. We only know since it published one paper in which it revealed all its equipments and scientific instruments. We know from that only, otherwise we don't know much about it. So we are 1 minute 50 seconds to the launch. Guys, are you excited? Just type in the chat, how are you, excited or not? Since now, as you can see, those white fumes have stopped coming, and this is because it was to stop coming, and this means we are closing to the launch. We are only 1 minute from the launch. Heidi Singh, thank you so much for streaming in, and guys, I really appreciate it. If you like the effort, you can like and subscribe to this stream. I would really appreciate. Also, there is one more stream coming up in 10 hours or so, wherein I'll be streaming the Russian Progress 75P mission. So if you want to watch that also, so you can just hit the subscribe button and we'll be there. Thanks, Bobak. And I know I pronounce it very my pronunciations are very wrong, but now we are 30 seconds to the launch, 35 seconds. Maybe the countdown could be wrong, we don't know, because if there was any mishap in between the countdown and if they shifted it, we don't know about it. So it maybe countdown can be wrong, but still 20 seconds to the launch. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, as you can see, the countdown may be delayed. So yeah, that what happened here. But since the fumes have stopped coming, this means it is going to the countdown only. And the stream can also be delayed. That can also be possible. Also, guys, this one more thing, that since, as I mentioned, that I think I don't know. Since I mentioned that we don't know if there was any mishap and they had need to shift the countdown, that's why we are just here and looking at it. Let me see if I can have a good look at it or not. It is sitting on the launch pad now also.
安静，安静，都保持安静啊！我这已经放到最大了。屏住呼吸啊！我这手机拍的，我手机拍的。
China will get it up, guys. Don't know worries. This is the stream may be delayed because these are all unofficial streams and we don't know anything what is going on there. But since the fumes have stopped coming, that means, oh, there is the launch. Wait a sec. There we go, guys, and we have a lift off of this rocket. Finally, guys, we have the liftoff. As you can all see, guys, finally this rocket is in its way to orbit, and it is going really very slow right now, but yeah, it is going up, and we can all see those exhaust coming out of it, the classic Chinese exhaust, you can say, because those exhaust is not linear, not straight, they are curved a little bit from the side boosters. And now I think it is commencing the roll program, guys. And we can also feel the and let's just hope, guys, that it makes its way to the orbit without any mishap. And it is so we must be able to see the booster separation at least, if I'm not wrong. There we go.
出画面了，出画面了。
We want to see it more. Can we get it? No, this much only.
没分离。看不见了。
And there it is. We don't have other screen right now. Hopefully, but that's for sure. The official live stream and official information will come up in some minutes only now. And there we go. Let me see if I can find another stream wherein we can get the this is so bad. We have to have so many and now only they'll be like doing this only. We don't know where it went. Oh, wait a sec, guys. We have this thing here and we don't know what happened here. Oh shit, if this is a contrail or it blasted off, I don't know. But the shout from the guys behind the back, we can see that they are, oh shit, these guys are like, oh no, it blew up kind of a thing, and we missed that. And we can see, yes guys, it blew up. This can't be a contrail. This can't be a contrail for sure. I think it blew up. This is not looking good at all. Wow, this was so ambitious of there, and maybe that could be a trail of the launch, guys. I'm not sure, since I didn't see it, but the trail, is it like that? I am also saying that it is a trail only, and I hope it is a trail, but it does not look like one. It is so cloudy in there, and those trails are not, but we don't know.
现在应该分离了。那个叫什么？绑在那4个棍。不是。
This could be a trail which now we are seeing, but I don't know what was there. Guys, the trail, basically trail, I think it is, we all hope it is a trail. I don't want the mission to just blew up like this. We all want this, since we if we don't get an official confirmation, then we don't know what it is all about. And here we go. I think now we have this much only, guys, and we can wait for the official. Wait, let me have a look at their official accounts and see if they have any updates on it. If we have, then. But I don't, since these can be trails, guys, fully these can be trails, but the thing is, we didn't see these trails coming during the launch, means at this position only. It passed through this position, if I am not wrong. I can be wrong and can be fully wrong, but it passed through this position only, and we, as you can see, we can't see the telemetry desync, since this is an unofficial stream. We don't have any official confirmation, but the CCTV guy, the China Central television guys, said in one tweet that after the launch they will have a, you can say, a deferred live kind of a thing which they will stream after the launch. So we don't know if we have to congratulate or we have to we don't know anything about it. Let me just have a look if I can get something else. Can we have an official confirmation or not? Let me see. And here we go. So guys, at 11 now, you can say we will be having one official live stream from the China. No, means now only 40 minutes from now, yeah, wherein we will be able to see if everything went all right or not. We have but I don't think so that is in a live stream, that is in stream from the launch. That is just an inauguration ceremony. Let's just hope it's a launch stream. I'll be streaming that also, no problem with it. Till then, what we should do, guys? Should we play Kerbal? We should play Kerbal and wait for the stream to come, because it does not have much time left now. Only 40 minutes. At that till that time we can play Kerbal and make one mission to any. They are going to Mars. we also go to the Mars. Okay, let's just play Kerbal. Wait a sec. Let me just start it.
那不是原具体的说，应该是因为液氢液氧的话，它最后是出来的是水汽。
I'll do that. I try to do that. This thing, and rocket already lifted off, and we are here. But there is one official live stream coming up at 11 a.m. I don't means at 40 minutes from now, and we don't know if that would be a launch stream or just any ceremony kind of a thing. But there is something coming up at 11, so let's just wait for that. And I'm just opening the Kerbal in the background now. This is how it looks like. See at the launch pad way also we can see the fumes right now.
发射完了，已经发射完了。嗯，好的好的。
Yeah, see the house which they have right now in the middle of the ocean, and they also can see the rocket launches, middle of the sea, sorry, or the river, whatever you can say, and we can also see the rocket launches. What a view, really. Yes, Chuyen, that could be the one of the reason that CCTV live it was to live stream today, but I don't know what happened.
我们7个月之后再见哦。
It is not an artificial setup or kind of a thing. It whatever happened was happened correctly. And let me just load Kerbal in the background. And we can recreate this mission, or maybe just we can just go to the Mars and have a good look at it.
那各位再见喽，拜拜。
Wait a sec, guys. The KSP takes a bit to load. Not a bit. It takes so much time to load.
各位再见。
Just yeah, now loading.
拜拜喽！我们7个月之后火星见。
Let me just have a switch over to that. Here we go. Kerbal is loading now, guys. Here we go. Okay. Let's just go to the Mars. It was a success. Okay. So it was a success. Twitter says it was a success. Samuel says that. So I didn't verify it because let me just see if we have a success or not. And if it was a success, congratulations to China for their mission to Mars. A successful mission to Mars, guys. But let me just confirm it once. I don't know if we have an official live stream. Not the means official this confirmation. If it was still I can't see. Whoever saw that, can he just share the tweet or whatever they have, so that we can also see if everything was good or not. Okay, so Twitter says one guy says Twitter say it was a successful. One says it blew up. Okay, cool. So let's just wait for the official confirmation, and once it happens I'll just tell you guys about it. And one more thing, I don't think so this China does use Twitter, that's for sure, but they have their own Twitter in their country, on Twitter alternative you can say in their country. like they have the Google alternative, the Baidu search engine. That like that only they have this. The American and Chinese rover, this first, maybe they can fight each other, but always NASA welcomes whatever comes to Mars. Now, if China is coming to Mars, let's just see what happens. Here we go, guys. Let's just make a long March rocket if I can, or a normal rocket, and just go to the Mars only in the Kerbal Space Program. Until we wait for the unofficial stream to come up, we do this. Let's just have. Okay, come on. Here we go. We are not in a launch window right now, but we can go to a launch window. We can just time accelerate and let's the planet align up in a launch window. And this in the Kerbal Space Program, the launch window which it says, it is very much similar to the real launch window. The angle basically the Mars and the Earth makes. We have a Duna in Kerbal Space Program. We have Duna and Kerbin, the analog of the Mars and the Earth. Okay, let's just see whatever. Let's we can only assume whatever happened, if it was right or not right now, because till the time we don't get an official confirmation because right now so we can't get an official confirmation of whether it is in Mars trajectory or not, because to put it in Mars trajectory they require very much you can say time right now, because they will be restarting the engines and going and all and like that. This is Kerbal Space Program, guys. This is Kerbal Space Program, and we are here going to Mars. We're trying to go to Mars. Let's just make a rover and go to Mars there. What do you want to see, guys? Space shuttle launch, Falcon 9 launch, or we should go to Mars only? Let's just go to Mars only, and returning the Kerbals would be a wait a sec. I have saved some safe things, so you won't be able to like or this turtle. Okay, let's just go and first of all, let me guys let me just tell you that in this ship we have one rover. Okay, this is a rover here. This rocket, they have a rover, and this is a return pod from where we will be able to return from the surface. But the thing is, the delta V in this thing is I know is less. Okay, and to return to Kerbin. So what I'll be using is using cheats, the infinite fuel, when we are returning to Kerbin. Otherwise we'll be going with till we reach Kerbin and land, till we will be going with whatever we have right now. So as you can see, we have the Mammoth engine here, and China is coming. Okay. Yeah, I'll also look forward to Indian rover in Mars in 2024. Well, we do have plans to. The Indians do have plans to launch the one Mars rover, and we are waiting for it to come. It should have reached the orbit, Joe, but the only thing is that whatever confirmation from their side we'll be having, it will be coming late. That's for sure, because wait a sec. Yeah, because that will be coming late. Let me just check only if we have this thing or not. Do we have the confirmation or not? Till now we don't have any confirmation. And in some streams we were able to see good info and good telecast in which the rocket didn't explode. It was looking good over 4 minutes into flight. I can see that. So yeah, that was contrail only. That was contrail, but it didn't look like one. That maybe humidity in those areas was very high, that's why. So anyways, we are here in the launch pad, guys, and we can just launch it to the Mars, and we are right now in the launch. Oh, wait a sec. No, I forgot one thing. I have to revert back to vehicle assembly. This is not good, right? I have to change the root part. Wait a sec. Just I'll change the root part and we'll then launch it. Wait a sec. Where is the route? Which is the route? I think this is the route right now. What is, if this is the route? No, this is not the route. And I think we have rerouted. Yeah. Yes, Joe, the thrust looked good, but yeah, one thing to be noticed, that the thrust to weight ratio of this Long March 5B rocket is very low. It is very low indeed, and yeah, it 4 minutes into flight, it all looked good. In other streams, which in the pictures which people clicked from their balconies or the stream, we could see that it was looking good. So anyways, we are here on the launch pad. Let's just launch it, guys. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition, and lift off of the XYZ rocket to the Mars. Here we go, guys. Can you hear the in-game sound? Can you hear the in-game sound, guys, right now? Or should I increase it? At 100 meter per second, 100 meters per second, we start pitching over to the east, so that we go into the orbit. So why do we pitch over that? The Long March rocket also started pitching over this. Why do we don't just go to the space, like as in just go upwards and we'll go into space? Why do we have to go sideways? So I always say this thing that to go to space we have to go up only, but to stay in space we have to go up and then go sideways very 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 fast. That's what I'm doing, trying to do here, guys. Because, and why is that so? Because otherwise if we just go straight up, then the gravity will pull us back. But if we go in this kind of maneuver, then the gravity have, you can say, some time, not some time, I mean to say the speed of the rocket, if it has some you can say a threshold value, then the centripetal force cancels the gravitational force, or you can say cancels, or yeah, cancels the gravitational force, and hence we don't fall back to earth. That's why we go sideways, centripetal or centrifugal, whatever point you are from whatever point you are looking at. So this is 1.10, guys. This version is KSP 1.10, and now we are going for staging. And here we go. First stage separated, guys. First stage separation confirmed. Now we are heading to the 40-meter. So this is an apoapsis. As you can see, it is 42,000 right now, and we have to make it at least. I'm aiming for 85,000 and 70,000 in Kerbal Space Program. The atmosphere comes to an end, but I'm aiming for 85,000 so that I have a good wiggle room to play around. And this is KSP 1.10. And in the most efficient maneuver would be to just rather than doing this, to just go and wait a sec. The most efficient maneuver will be to just go into an orbit uh, in some, you can say, not this at this angle, because this angle requires the engine to at this angle we don't require engine to restart. Okay, but in the, since I'm not a professional player and also not a rocket scientist, so that's why this happened. So let's just get into orbit by restarting the engine one more time. '84 and okay. (116). I'll aim for a circular orbit. 98, 97, 96, 95, and here we go. Okay, it's good. Now we can just ditch the fairings. Here we go. That pitching over, since guys, this is Kerbal Space Program. Okay, we can do those things where we just want to go into an orbit. And let me just tell you that in Kerbal Space Program everything is scaled by a tenth of, yeah, everything scaled by 1/10, so you can see. So now let's just start the engines and get into ourselves into the orbit. Stage separation and ignition confirmed. Here we go. This will again deorbit itself, and since it has not made to the orbit right now, so it will burn up in the atmosphere or go I hope safely, into the ocean. So this is what happens in real scenario also, guys. We are now in orbit kind of thing. If I am yeah, here we go. We are in the orbit, guys, as you can see right now. What the hell? What the hell? I I made a blunder here, guys. I made a blunder here. I forgot the Kerbals, the astronaut in at the launch site only, a Kerbal Space Center. Arey yaar. No, it's not good. I am just looking now that we don't have Kerbal sitting in here. I can now also go on, but I don't think so. I have strong antennas to do everything which I want. I forgot Kerbals. I have to revert again. There's monkey on board, maybe. There can be this could be, maybe there could be monkey, but let me see. If I had a good antenna, I can continue the mission. If I don't have an antenna, then I really need to go and but I don't think so. I have an antenna, good antenna here. I need to go again and get those Kerbals seated in here. This is not good. Crew, come on. I need a pilot. I need one more pilot. I need one scientist, one pilot, and one engineer. Okay, we have four. Oh no, wait a sec. I can't have these many because in return pod we only have a two-seater command pod, right? Yeah, two-seater. So one pilot and one scientist. White scientist so as to collect the science we want. Okay, sorry guys, sorry for the blunder. I forgot the astronauts back in the space center and I just launched the rocket. What the hell? No, it wasn't the crash if I'm not wrong. Let me just check also if they have any official confirmation right now. I think, and right now we are yet to confirm success, right, guys. We are yet to confirm success. So wait for it. So here we go. Right now we have those Kerbals, those astronauts sitting here on board, and now we'll see those expressions also. So let's just go and fasten up this launch. So here we go, ignition and lift off. Again we have to do that thing. No worries, we'll do. Yes, Joe, we don't have any updates from yet now, and please note that you won't find anything on Twitter. Basically whatever you will find from the news sources only, maybe CCTV, CGTN, because China doesn't use Twitter for its confirming these kind of things. Only the media sources would be able to confirm it for if it was a successful or unsuccessful one. But as I can tell you one thing, that these Mars mission require one restart of the engine, of the second stage, of the last stage engine, I would say, and that restart can happen anywhere between you can say half an hour to 1 hour. Okay, so that's one thing. So that's why we don't know if we have a confirmation there. Yeah, that's why we don't know what we have a confirmation there, right? Because sometimes it takes time. This is a pitching maneuver, guys, I am doing right now. This is what everyone does, because in the orbit we go sideways, not upwards. That's why. This is Kerbal Space Program Victoria. You can just this is available on Steam. This is basically a space program game in which you design your own space program, and we'll be able to do whatever you want with it. Launch satellites, go to Mars, go to Moon, and do whatever with it. And these Kerbals are very rigid. They don't require any food and any life support system, so they can stay anywhere with you with those command pods, little command pods, these green aliens. And everything will be all right. $26,000 and now I have just made it to here we go. Stage separation, ignition of the second stage engine. Here we go. Elon Musk just tweeted about it. Wait, let me just get into an orbit and check what is the scenario all about. Oh, I won't be able to make to the orbit. Wait a sec. Wait guys, if anything was there, let me just see. But let me just tell you, it will take time for any confirmation to come. These flames you are seeing right now, it is completely normal. It is because of the aerodynamic effects which is happening right now. I am basically going too fast, that's why this is happening. And this is then optimal trajectory also in real space missions. They don't want the engine to restart like I'll be doing right now. They don't want it to be restarted. Okay, this is cool. Now we'll detach those fairings. Go, and we are here. Yes, Joe, that is for the lower atmosphere. Basically, why I did that maneuver here, and that burning kind of a thing happened because I wanted to make it as real as possible. That's why I did that. And in real missions, we don't have an engine restart, right? We just make directly into an orbit. That's why. That's the only reason. And now we are going to the orbit. 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 and go. And here we go. reach separation. This will deorbit itself, and now I have not forgotten the astronaut, so no worries with that. Now we can head peacefully towards the Mars. And now we will be making it to the orbit. And go. We are here. 84 by 86. This is what we want. Wait a sec, guys. Yes, exactly, Joe. And live coverage has started. Wait, let me see if it has or not. If you are asking or you are telling me, let me just open it in the background. If it starts, then we'll get to know only. Oh yeah, it has started. It has started, so we can watch it, guys. Thank you, whoever told me. We can switch over to that now. Wait a sec. Let me just switch it over. Wait a sec. Let me just switch it over to it. Finally, some good things, guys. Finally, we have a stream wherein we can just see all the launch which happened or not. So here we are, guys. Here we are, as you can see right now. We are 1 minute.
The countdown in 1 minute.
So they actually recorded this thing, but they just don't want us to see if they have had a bad mission. That's why.
So this is China's first Mars exploration mission, which was officially named Tianwen 1.
This is the first mission to the Mars. Like they had one mission in 2011, but it failed. That's why it is Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man is there. Okay, so we have Spider-Man in here to save the rocket.
20 seconds countdown.
明白。10秒。9、8、7、6、5、
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignite.
Ignition, and we saw the liftoff also. Here we go.
So China's Long March 5 Y4 carrier rocket carrying the Mars probe blasted off at 12:41 p.m. Beijing time Thursday from Wenchang Spacecraft Launch Center in South China's Hainan province.
文昌光学雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常，文昌飞行正常。
Now, as you can see, guys, this is performing a pitch maneuver here. So I don't know what trail was it, because right now we didn't see any trail, but at that time we saw.
阵地遥测信号正常。
And now we'll be able to see oh, so here we go. The vehicle is passing through a max Q right now. Max Q is the maximum aerodynamic pressure, which basically the maximum load which it experiences. And if the vehicle passes through that, that means almost that we have a rigid structure there. Okay, so trail started happening here. Okay, so that's
So we
why.
can hear from the command center saying that the timing signaling and optical signals are all normal.
Everything is normal. Okay. Maximus, when India didn't, India did it that time, and when then China also did it, but it failed. And right now, if they are successful, then they will be equivalent to NASA. I think we have a successful orbit insertion from live. That was previous images which we saw, but right now, as we can see, these are scientists are happy.
Let's make our journey to Mars. Just now you saw the previous live footage of the liftoff of the China's very first Tianwen 1 Mars base, and also it's announced a big success of its launch. So
okay. So now again
China
the
launched
stream is
its first independent Mars mission on Thursday from the Wenchang Space Launch Center in Hainan province, marking the start of the nation's planetary exploration program.
Now we will be able to see the booster separation, if I'm not wrong.
So this is a big milestone of the whole mission, and also for this time, actually the mission is not only for one purpose. The mission is to launch a Mars probe in 2020, aiming to complete orbiting, landing, and roving in one mission. And the total flight time actually takes around 6 to 7 months from Earth to the right planet, and expected arrival time of our Tianwen 1 Mars spacecraft arrived on the surface of Mars around February next year. So that's February 2021.
Those are the booster separation you saw, and yeah, it is successful. Pictobloxer, this is successful.
So for today, we just witnessed a significant and also the historical moment today. And also we talked to the people who in the command center, saying that the rocket actually is really accurate. So that's the accurately launch a probe to the geostationary orbit.
We don't know much about it.
Fly around 6.5 months.
Yeah, boy, yes.
So we will change several times of the orbiting, and will arrived at the transferring orbit. That's the elliptical Earth-Mars transfer orbit. And make sure it can fly in a stable manner. So we talk about this fly in a very good
No, it wasn't lost.
So what's
it
your
is a
mark
successful
on a scale
mission.
Of 1 to 100? I will give 101 marks. So you can see right now, I'm right now at the command center, and we talk about from Shenzhou space cargo, and this is the chief designer of Shenzhou 5, Mr. Li. First of all, congratulations. I remember that you told me that you will give the first interview to the CMG. And what would you like to say? So first, this probe, Mars probe, actually is a result of the 2 generations of hard work. And actually, we spent a lot of efforts and energy on this probe for more than 1 decade. So first of all, a big thank you to all people involved in this whole endeavor. And second, good luck to the probe, because the Mars probe will fly by itself for around 6.5 months, and wish everything a good success, a big completion. So 30 years ago, you were just a student in a high school. You saw the launch of Shenzhou-3 spacecraft. And for today, we actually, the Choppy 5, the Long March 5, actually is involved, a key member to send the Mars probe to the orbit. So you gave 100 score to Long March 5, right? Yes. All the movements actually completed in a very beautiful manner. And you look at the whole sky, the whole weather, it's really helping. We talk about today, actually, it's not easy to have this really brilliant weather condition in Hainan.
We can see this the orbit also. Means the satellite. Thanks Vijay for subscribing.
Spacecraft. So every condition just so ready in place. So we finish this Mars, and very soon we will also send the Chang'e 5
the fairing separation
to the moon, and we'll also have next year the launch of the laboratory to the space. So we have more mission to come in the pipeline. Indeed, after 980 days, so we launched the Long March 5B, and today we see the fourth Long March 5 rocket called the Long March 5 Y4. Actually, it's the very first time for its application to send China's very first Mars spacecraft to the orbit. Actually, for this kind of a milestone, we believe people, if our viewers are very familiar with the whole space mission, actually, we have witnessed all these exciting moments. And also, you can see the people involved in the whole journey. They are very excited, and we also witnessed the milestone that we sent the spacecraft to the moon, and also right now, today, we sent a spacecraft to Mars.
But we should note that the Chinese
so this is China's
sent
first
Spider-Man to Mars.
Exploration mission.
Thanks for subscribing.
The very important milestone towarding the exploration of Mars. We believe today actually laid a solid foundation for our future mission, exploration mission. So today's success marks the fourth milestone in the space history in China. So for the first one, we launched satellite. I believe today actually
yes. It is successful, guys. As I also told you that we will be getting the confirmation from the media sources only, and we got the confirmation it is successful. And congratulations to China for this beautiful launch.
So far, actually, the Earth, we call it home for human being. But actually, we're not, or let's say human being.
Guys, I will be streaming that to the NASA Perseverance rover mission. So if you want to see that, and also, guys, in just 10 hours, we have a launch to the International Space Station, and I'll be streaming that also. So if you haven't subscribed till now, just subscribe and like this stream. I really appreciate your effort in those, and just listening to my gibberish. I really appreciate that. So if you want to see that launch also, that will be from Russia. It will be Progress 76P mission, and if you want to see that, I'll be streaming that. So just subscribe right now.
We just embarked our new journey toward Mars. So for the chief engineer, Mr. Li, also with us. So we talk about Long March 5. Actually,
I would thank everyone to tuning in. And don't thank me, guys. I really thank everyone. Thanks, Joe, for subscribing.
Finally, that this year we successfully launched Long March 5B, and also today.
And I really appreciate that you just tune in and listen to my blah blah whatever I take. I have some knowledge, but I'm still learning everything right now. rocket science, rocket engineering, engines, how do they work, orbital mechanics. I'm all learning it.
This is a teamwork, and the credit should go to the whole team. The team actually worked really hard after 908 days. In 2019,
Okay,
we saw the
Luigi.
Long March
We can
Y3
obviously
successfully
get back
launched
to our
to the
KSP.
space. And this year, we faced the challenges posed by COVID-19 and a flood disaster. But this year, in May, we also successfully launched Long March 5B-Y1.
Thanks, Joe. I really
less than
appreciate
80
that.
days today, we also have seen another success of Long March 5Y4.
What?
A
5-4?
big applaud to the whole team of Long March family. Of course, I believe this is a good payoff to everyone's hard
Successful
work.
Long March 5Y4, I
And also
don't know.
today, we
What
believe
is
it
it
also
all about?
marking a new day for the whole team and encouraging us to work together, forging ahead to make a new success. Today actually marked a new start. Right now we can see our Mars exploration mission actually is launched to the Mars and will fly for 6.5 months. And wish a good success to our Mars probe and will successfully land on the surface of the Mars. Indeed, we have a very good starting point.
Hopefully we'll be able to see the rover and also the satellite, what it was. We had one good animation of that. We will be able to see that. If they don't make us see, then obviously I'll play the video for you guys. The best command center I have ever seen in my life is of the UAE. If you see their command center, the mission control room, you will be like, wow, seriously? It is more like a science fiction kind of a thing in for a UAE command center, which I saw in Mars Hope Mars mission, their Mars mission launch, UAE Mars mission, which happened few days back. Yeah, that is the main thing is that China doesn't want to show us anything. They just want everything to be in secret. That's why we don't know much about it. Basically, SpaceX is a rocket company. Okay, Samuel, SpaceX is a rocket company. It can send something to Mars. Okay, but that's something it can't develop right now. Something should be developed by any space agency, right? Or SpaceX can develop it themselves also, but they don't have any interest in that. Their company is not for science. Their company is for colonizing the Mars, and whatever they do will be done according to that. So the payload that can go to Mars, they are not interested in developing.
So we talk about the propellant or the power, or we talk about actually the hearts of the Long March 5. Actually, is propelled by the liquid oxygen and hydrogen. So that's a super cold liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen propellants. And that also the Long March 5Y4.
Spider-Man.
So right now you are watching this is the replay of the liftoff of China's Tianwen Mars spacecraft. and that's along.
And we all know
and carried
that
by the
Spider-Man is on board the rocket.
Y4 rocket.
We all know that, right? We all saw that during the launch. Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
So that's around 9 seconds from the order of ignition to the actual blast off. So talking about the propellant, at first, so given by the power of liquid. So first lifted by the liquid hydrogen and then powered by the liquid oxygen. And then we'll fire
Yeah, so she don't know much about the propellant, so let me just tell you guys. The boosters have RP1 and LOX. LOX is liquid oxygen. RP1 is a rocket, you can say refined rocket kerosene, okay? And the first stage has liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. Second stage also has that only, and the third stage it is an optional, and it has hypergolic fuel, which is UDMH and N2O4.
Land on the Mars to conduct scientific exploration. Just now, CGT and New Media already show you the previous footage of the blast off of China's first Mars spacecraft. It launched from the Wenchang Satellite Launch Center in South China's Hainan province, and China's Long March 5 Y4 carrier rocket carrying the Mars probe blasted off at 12:41 p.m. Thursday, Beijing time.
So we saw till this only. This is the replay which is happening right now.
Mr.
But
Tian,
we didn't see the second stage ignition and Mars injection
designer
and all.
The engineer of the Mars probe. So as the engineer deeply involved in the whole process of launching our very first Mars space.
Right now, Samuel, right, SpaceX is the only one which has reusability for their rocket. But yeah, many countries and many companies are trying for the reusability right now. They are testing their system.
The whole process is very successful, very smoothly, and marking our journey toward the Mars. This is a long-awaited moment. So this is Tianwen 1 Mars spacecraft. And actually, everyone also pay attention to the Long March 5 rocket. So our Choppy 5 has received a lot of love and care from our viewers.
Here's the satellite.
So
we don't know much about it, but
missions,
we haven't seen. We have seen the images.
Completed 3 missions.
But yeah.
And this year also launched Long March 5B.
I know that she talks.
So just now we saw the footage of the separation of propellants.
Oh, this is the new footage we have. Good.
So we'll have 2 steps.
Then we have the second stage. Engine startup right now we'll be having. So good. So yeah,
So the Long March 5 actually before is more for testing.
Raisugin, they have taken the information from NASA for their mission. Not NASA, ESA. They have taken the information, basically the experience and the learnings, so that they can incorporate in their mission. But I don't know that if they will share the information with the other countries. Since other countries have shared, they must share it. I think that would have been, you can say, the contract for sharing the information. So I think that was also, it is performing a right now we are basically in a coast phase. That's why it is rotating like this.
The Chang'e probe to the moon. So we talk about this time. Actually, this is the very first time actually we sent.
And guys, as you can see here, this
object to
this whitish kind of a thing on the satellite, this is basically the heat shield which will be required during the re-entry. And here we go, the separation is confirmed. Basically it is a replay, but separation is there. As you can see, the satellite deployment is there. We saw that.
So we talk about previously we sent a probe to the moon. Actually still,
and one more thing, guys, that China is the only country which has landed on the far side of the moon.
But this time you look at, actually the whole journey is around 6.5 to 7 months.
What is the far side? Basically the far side is far side of the moon is that side which does not faces the earth, and the moon is tidally locked to the earth. What is tidally locked means the rotation of the moon is synchronized with the earth's rotation. Okay, so that's why only one side of the moon always faces the earth, not the other side. So there has been one mission which was done by China itself, and it landed on the far side of the moon.
So we designed around 12 orbits.
And we have the solar panels deployment here, guys.
Targeting
that whitish kind of a thing has the lander and the rover in there.
About that, we are shooting a moving targets. So just think about this, like if we launch a probe from the Earth to the Mars, it's like actually you kick the golf ball from Paris and would like to hit it into the hole in Tokyo.
Wow, what
so
analogy.
This is require the validity of interfaces between different systems involved, and also require the accuracy of the design of the orbit.
Thanks for subscribing. I don't know Chinese, so thanks for subscribing.
So we talk about the journey. Actually, this time is really long. It's nearly 6 to 7 months.
So yeah, right now the journey will be 6 to 7 months, and that will be the coast phase of the satellite. Nothing will be there. No engines will be starting up. Nothing will be. Only the maybe it will be in hibernation, or the antenna will be running. And after that, when it will reach near the Mars, then the engines will start up and try to decrease the speed to the orbital speed of Mars.
For 7 months, the probe will eventually be captured by the gravity of Mars and move into the right planet's orbit.
Yes, Aaron, Pebler, this Chinese rover is towards its journey to the Mars, and Chinese are towards the journey to the Mars, not the rover. They have 3 things in there. And now we will have the NASA's on July 30th, if I am not wrong. They have their mission, so we'll be looking to that also. I'll be streaming that also. No worries with that.
A Mars probe, you need to have the mission completed within your window period. So that's basically 26 months. So we talk about the 26 months, actually, that is the day that when the Sun, the Earth, and Mars are aligned with the Earth sitting in the middle. So we call that is a Mars opposition. So the next Mars opposition is on October 14, 2020. And this phenomenon actually happens every 26 months, given the shortest distance between Mars and Earth. And we also talk about there is a concept of 7 minutes of tarot. So I believe if everyone know about something about Mars, about our mission, you know that 7 minutes of tarot. Basically, let's cover the process of re-entry, descent, and landing process. So we looked at, this is the rockets, Long March 5 rocket Y4. And this year in May, we successfully launched Long March 5B.
Guys, so let me tell you a little bit about the India's also mission which happened in 2015, I guess, to the Mars, known as Mangalyaan 1, and it was its first try, India's first try towards the Mars, and it became the first country to reach Mars successfully and completes its mission successfully on its first try only. And the mission costed only $73 million, only $73 million to complete. The Gravity movie which came, the Interstellar movie which came, it took around $100 million. The NASA's mission also takes around $750 to $500 million, and Indians could do it in $73 million only. So that's a big feat which they achieved that time. And right now Indians are aiming for their human spaceflight mission, which will be happening anytime soon in 2022. And 2020, yeah, in 2020 they have one demo flight, and the testing flight in which they won't be sending the humans but the robot. And yeah.
A lander and a rover into the Mars. And we also talk about it's not only China sent the Mars probe to the Mars. Actually, within this window period, other countries also send their probes to Mars. So we talk about that 26 months. How we come up with that number? So I want to talk about we would like to conduct our journey in a fuel costing manner. So from Earth to Mars, so we talk about with a fixed revolution period for both Earth and Mars, it's better to launch the probe of about 2 months ahead of its opposition, as the Earth moves much faster than Mars. So in other words, it would be unwise to launch the Mars probe during Mars opposition, because based on the revolution speed of Mars and Earth, as well as the speed of a spacecraft, there will never be an overlap of the spacecraft and Mars. So we talk about the launch window chosen actually is based on the most fuel-efficient route. So that is why before we said that the optical launch window this year, this time, is from mid-July to mid-August this year, following the most fuel-efficient orbit. And during this time, the Earth and the Mars move in a relevantly short distance, but not the closest distance. So we talk about, if you can see it clearly, we have a Mars orbit. So from the we meet each other at this elliptical Earth-Mars transfer orbit, but that's need longer time. If we give enough fuel, they will meet each other at here. So we choose the middle point.
India has the
captured by the right
thanks
planet.
for subscribing, Anna. I really appreciate that.
So think about this. We launched the spacecraft to catch up Mars, and that's we called a fixed revolution period, which actually is every 26 months, given the shortest distance between Mars and Earth. We talk about Mars opposition, actually the day when the Sun, the Earth, and Mars are aligned, with the Earth sitting in the middle, but actually that happened later. So this year, the next Mars opposition is on October 14. So we not really target the day of Mars opposition. Actually, we launch the spacecraft ahead of the Mars opposition. That is also the most fuel-efficient route. So with a fixed revolution period for both Earth and Mars, it's better to launch the probe of about 2 months ahead of its opposition, as the Earth moves much faster than Mars. In other words, it would be unwise to launch the Mars probe during Mars opposition, because based on the revolution speed of Mars and Earth, as well as the speed of a spacecraft, there will never be an overlap of a spacecraft and Mars. So we talk about the next Mars opposition is on October 14. So it's better 2 months ahead of October 14 to launch the spacecraft. So let's the spacecraft to catch up Mars, so the Mars can capture by the gravity of so the Mars can capture
Thanks for subscribing, Dion.
the spacecraft. So once again, after flying for 7 months, the probe will eventually be captured by the gravity of Mars and move into the right planet's orbit. So we talk about, actually you can see, we can see a very clear picture, and this actually is a very close shot of our launching mission. Of course, that phone will be really eventually died, or the phone already died. We don't know, but thanks for that self-dedication for that phone. We captured this really close shot of the launch. So that's actually the phone actually put inside the water tank, because we actually prepare a large pool of water to cool down the rocket. So this time actually we sent the spacecraft.
This is a good info which
Mars
we are getting right now of the
carried
rockets.
by Long March 5 to the Earth-Mars transfer orbit. So if we look back to the whole launching process, so at 12:41 p.m. Beijing time, this is the blast off time. And we also will have that turning to the orbit because the rocket need to adjust a direction to entering to the orbit, and then you will see the separation of the propellants, the first stage, second stage, as well as fairing from the rocket. So for the very first time, the first time, we will also see for a second stage of the rocket actually will be ignited again. That's basically is for the final adjust the position to enter the Earth-Mars transfer orbit. After adjusting the position, the propellant or engine on the second stage of the rocket will shut down. So we look at the whole process. The whole launching process actually involved several key milestones. The most exciting moment, launching time, or which footage will be the most excited one? We talk about this one, the vertical liftoff, or adjustment of the position, or entering into the cloud. So we talk about as the launch sequence started at the noon, 10 engines at the bottom of the Long March 5 carrier rocket's first core stage and the 4 boosters roared to life, generating a combined thrust of more than 1,000 metric tons to lift the big vehicle and its payload into a bright blue sky dotted with white clouds from the coastal launch complex in Wenchang. So right now you are looking at, this is the live footage.
Okay,
right now they are sharing a big piece of cake. So this is also marking a successful cake. That's a big celebration moment. And the next mission, actually, we will send the Chang'e 5 probe that expected to launch on November 24th or 25th. So that will be our next mission. So spoiler alert, the next mission will be Chang'e 5 probe launching mission that will happen at the second half of November, expected on November 24th or 25th. So look at all the people involved here actually working without no stop for past 11 hours at the same position. And now it's a big celebration time and also a big time for them to take a break. So first of all, congratulations. And this is also need to give the credit to the whole team. We believe everyone actually worked really hard, and also we talk about today, the big day actually draw a lot of attention from the whole society. I also would like to say a big thank you to people across the country. We believe everyone's expectation actually gave us that energy and confidence to make our job improved and also to complete the mission successfully. So I'm from the Long March 5 family, engineer family, the once chief engineer of Long March 5, Mr. Chu, the once general director of Long March 5 carrier rockets. And of course, Long March 5 right now is the cutting edge one, not only in China. We believe that our perseverance and also our hard work we make a Long March 5 to launch the most highlighted, advanced satellites, probes, spacecraft to the deep space. And we believe all our hard work also make our steps toward the completion of the 2 centenary goals. Right now, you look at everyone actually very excited, and actually we are encouraged by today's success. We believe everyone actually will once again consolidate our confidence, because right now we are at really the front line. So actually, this is if you can tell, that's the shape of a Long March 5. So this is actually the liftoff of Long March 5. So this is today's Long March 5 Y4, and very soon we will see Long March 5 Y5, Y6. Yes, indeed. Actually, we have a big list to accomplish this year. And right now we are doing a testing mission, and by the end of the September, we will have another launch mission. Please looking forward for our good news. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate this moment together. A big congratulations to the whole team. So this is the celebration time. You can see the whole team right now. They're sharing this big cake, and you can tell this actually the shape of a Long March 5 Y4. So Long March 5 rockets this year already finished a launch of Long March 5B, and very soon this year in September, we will also see another launch mission tasked by Long March 5 family. So for all the people who are watching here, they have been working on the same position for the past 12 hours. And also this evening, they will get back to their post to continue to put a close eye on our Mars spacecraft.
Thanks for subscribing.
Right, today we just
really appreciate that.
a successful launch of China's first independent Mars mission from the Wenchang Space Launch Center in Hainan province, marking the start of the nation's planetary exploration program. So we talk about the cake as the A shape of a Long March 5 rocket. So we talk about after the launch of Long March 5 carrier rockets. So the key mission for the Long March 5 actually is the process of devoting itself. So we talk about at each milestone will be separated certain part from the rocket. We talk about that you will see more and more parts leaving the rocket. That's actually give the additional booster, the boosting power to the Mars spacecraft. So we talk about during the whole process, we will see the boosters, the first core stage, the second stage, the fairing, will all separated from the rockets. And we talk about because all these falling parts will arrive or land in the targeted area, basically it's in the sea area. We talk about the second core stage of the rocket. Actually, the mission is to send the Mars spacecraft to the Earth-Mars transfer orbit, which means that's 11.2 kilometers per second. That is a second universal speed. So basically, if we reach this speed, then the Mars spacecraft can get rid of the gravity of the Earth and can entering to the transfer orbit. So we talk about the Tropic 5, so famous, and what's the next mission of Long March 5 carrier rocket. And first of all, we talk about Long March 5 family actually carried a highlighted projects at national level. So this is the very first time for China to conduct orbiting, landing, roving, all in one mission. So by the end of this year, Long March 5 Y5 will send Chang'e 5 to the moon. That is also the very first time that our country will conduct unmanned sample collecting mission and send that samples back to Earth. So Long March 5B next year will send the core module of our space mission to the deep space. So we talk about the Long March 5 actually will help to send the different modules of China's space station to the deep space. Then let's put our focus to Tianwen 1. So we talk about the Tianwen 1. Actually, that's the name from Tianwen's poem. So that also shows people's curiosity about the universe. We talk about here, actually, this is really just right Earth. We look at a barren and arid planet. Right now, we're looking at this is the virtual environment of the right planet.
Thanks for subscribing, Relax Day. I really appreciate that.
So we talk about actually the whole environment on the right planet so in common as the whole environment in the Earth. So we talk about whether Mars can be the alternative places for human race settlement. That is also why people actually would like to unveil the mask of the Mars. So the Tianwen-1 Mars spacecraft launched today from the Wenchang Space Launch Center in Hainan province. And we once again talk about the whole launch window. So that's launch window actually is every 26 months. And for the launch period actually lasts only 1 month. Once we miss it, we need to wait another 26 months. So United States and UAE also sent their probes to Mars. So this is a Tianwen-1 Mars probe. If everything goes successfully according to the schedule, then that will enter into the Earth-Mars transfer orbit. So that will be captured. The probe will eventually be captured by the gravity of Mars and move into the right planet's orbit. So we talk about next year, in 2021, the probe and Mars will meet each other. And we talk about the Tianwen-1 actually with the mission of orbiting, landing, and exploring. So we have the orbiter, a lander. So the orbiter basically to complete the mission of orbiting, and a lander basically is to complete the mission of landing and roving. So we talk about the most important milestone and also the most difficult part actually is the landing part. We talk about the bumping surface and also always have that a landstorm happened. So that impose a lot of difficulties and uncertainties. So we talk about actually the signal can be delayed 23 minutes between Earth and Mars. So we look at the lander actually that involved a landing platform, and also we have a ramp. So the ramp will be extended for the rover. So this is the rover. So rover basically will do the exploration to go to the different terrains. We'll check different shapes. So basically that involved the different terrains such as sand dunes, the gravels, and it also help us to do the emission to detect the planet's surface composition, the composition, the material type distribution, geological structure, and the Martian meteorological environment. So we talk about the successful rate of landing, just less than 50%. So we talk about the time. This time, orbiting, landing, roving in one mission speaks itself in terms of difficulties. If we complete the mission successfully, that'll be the very first time that make China is the successful one, the land and the Mars after US and Russia, and also put China as the second one just next to the United States to successfully roving the whole Mars. So also the Mars mission would put China among space leaders that also bring China to deep space exploration. So please stay tuned with CGT and New Media. We'll bring you more behind-the-scene secrets of the Moon, the Mars exploration.
Oh, okay. So guys, this was the stream which you saw, and let me conclude this. As you saw only what happened today in the early part of the mission. Thank you so much for subscribing, and we find it very difficult for the mission to for the stream to be displayed to you guys. I had a very tough job in that.
Mr. Pang.
Yeah, her accent is like that. Maybe she must be saying the success of the lander.
The chief scientist promoting
So it is still
experts
on, so we
regarding
can wait
the
for some time.
space exploration technologies. So we are right now sitting in a very special surface, and also look at our background that's in color, right? So that is the color of the planet. We call it bright planet. So why the color in bright? Basically, that's a lot of composition with iron trioxide. So we talk about where is the ideal landing point. We talk about where is the most ideal places. So the name, give me a name. The landing place, because right now we would like to have a name for the landing position, the landing point. So basically, we're targeting the landing place at around 3 to 33 degrees north in terms of that northern latitude.
As I really appreciate your effort to watch this stream of mine.
Right now, we don't have the name of the landing
I really
position.
appreciate. Thanks
We
you
talk
so
about
much
United
for
States. They have
being
right
with
now
me,
this
guys.
year they
Thank
signed
you so
their
much.
Mars 2020. That's also called the Perseverance rover, and also before they have the Mars Science Laboratory was called Curiosity. It's better like our kids because they have really rich creativity. So we have looked at several times the launching footages. So this is the footage of the liftoff of the Long March 5 Y4 along with Mars probe Tianwen 1. We talk about Long March 5 actually is the most advancing carrier rocket in China. The payload to GTO is 14 metric tons and payload to LEO is 25 metric tons. So GTO means geostationary transfer orbit and LEO means low Earth orbit. So the lift-off weight of Long March 5 Y4 is around 870 metric tons. So the Long March 5 actually right now equipped with the biggest and most powerful boosting power. So we talk about that this year marks the year of Mars. So we will also have more missions need to be completed in the future. So by the end of June, how many Mars spacecraft have been sent to Mars? Take a guess. 46, 44, 42.
题已经出好了，大家来回答哈。这是一个我们央视新闻的5奖竞猜环节，纯看大家的兴趣。清楚的是吧？因为它关系前线的官方领域，我也写过一些文章。
If the people know more about the whole unmanned Mars probe, you will know the number.
好，我来看看我们。
You will know the successful rate.
大多数网友都答对了。第一位答对的是我们的一位老朋友，对吧？战纯阳44，是吧？对，这是一个正确答案。
So the correct answer is 44 probes have been sent to Mars. So we talk about that's the probe sent to Mars. That's the destination of Mars. And we also not include the satellites that's passing by the Mars, because like the European Union also sent the spacecraft to observe the comets, but actually surpassing the Mars. So we talk about among that 44 probes, what is the successful rate? You talk about 100% completion, 100% success, or you talk about partial success. So that's depend on different calculation. Let's say 100% success. So take a guess. Among that 44 Mars spacecraft, what is the successful rate? We talk about the calculation of 100% success of landing. We talk about 100% success means that this time we launched a orbiter plus a lander and a rover, right? So we talk about 100% success means that its reach its designed lifetime. That we talk about for the European mission one time. Their orbiter actually worked in a very smooth manner, but the lander actually total lost the communication with the Earth. Later on, is detected by the U.S.
Guys, this
Mars
is the
probe.
basically
So why the lander sent by
the
the
replica
European
of the
Union lost the
rover
contact
and the lander
with the
which they
Earth?
are sending it
Because
to the
we
Mars.
talk about
This is
that
basically a
the
replica of that.
wings,
Not
we
exactly
talk
a
about that
replica,
the
but
solar
you can
panel
see a
actually
toy kind of a thing
was
to
filled
display, to basically a
to
model, not a
unfold
toy
it.
model, to display what it has.
So we also talk about another time that the orbiter actually is very successful, but the lander actually didn't make a successful mission. So it didn't land on the surface of the Mars successfully. So let's say what is the most attractive point of the Tianwen Mars spacecraft? Or we talk about why Mars is so attractive to you. We talk about based on different evidence, it shows that once that water resources existed, so we would like to see whether we can find the evidence of life exists. So this is the same as the mission that for the U.S. probes. So for U.S. probes, their key mission to detect life. We believe that we would like to know whether Earth will be developed to the Mars, or Mars actually will later on develop to the Earth. So they're saying that the Venus actually is the previous life of the Earth, and Mars is the future of the Earth. And we talk about the density of the Mars atmosphere is relatively low, just 1% of the Earth's standard atmosphere. If we say the Mars actually is the future of the Earth, then we need to do everything to prevent the density, the low density of the atmosphere. And we think about if the Mars is our future place for human resettlement, then we need to think about that maybe in the future we will migrate to the Mars. So people saying that we have the possibility, no matter it's high or low, that within 100 years or 800 to 1,000 years, human being will migrate to Mars. So basically, right now, what we are doing here is we lay the foundation for our next generations in 1,000-year time for them to live a happier life, no matter in the Earth or Mars. So for us, if you just look at today, our expectation is that we would like to strengthen our capability in building the space station. So let's say that this time we need 7 months for the whole journey to arrive on the surface, or that 7 months actually just captured by the gravity of Mars. In the future, we can see if we improved our capability, whether we just need like a couple days to arrive on the surface of the Mars.
The launch replay of the mission which we tried to get today, the stream which we tried to get today, and it was so tough managing all those things, but still I was able to get it today for you guys. And now after the launch conference kind of a thing which happened, right now they are just playing the replay of the mission, and after this replay ends, I'll just conclude the stream, and then we'll meet again in around 8 hours from now with the mission to the International Space Station. So guys, if you haven't subscribed till now, just subscribe, because there is much more coming up. And the commentator, I don't know where she went, and we can't hear now them, right? Wow. So what's going on in the chat? Guys, I just want to say one thing, that whatever you have in your mind, but I just want to say one thing, that when it's come to science and space technology, we all have to cooperate, otherwise we won't be able to achieve what we have to achieve. That's the thing, and it's the name of the science only, nothing else. Whatever we are doing right now, whatever you saw right now, it is in the name of science, nothing or else, just science, just helping us in colonizing the Mars and understanding the Mars in more proper way as it can be. So yeah, and I think uh, I think I should conclude the stream right now, or should we go with the, okay, let's just go with the Kerbal right now. Let's just go with the Kerbal.
各位央视新闻的网友，欢迎回来！大家一定很好奇哈，刚才跟我们信号说我们眉飞色舞的说啥呢哈？我们在说这个火星探测。
Because I don't think we will be having a commentator here, so let's just shift to Kerbal. Here we go. And wait a sec, just wait a sec.
做了假火星通信也存在难度哈。
Here we are, guys. So we left it in the orbit, right? We left this thing in the orbit in the last stream, and we were aiming to go to Mars, into Mars, yeah. So we will do that right now. Just we do that. Can you hear the music? Yeah. Let's just plot our maneuver towards the Mars. What we'll do for it, this is the Mars, right? This is the Mars here, Duna. We'll set it as a target. Then here, if I'm not wrong, here we will plot a maneuver. Set as target. No, not set it as target. I did it wrong there. Set this as target and add a maneuver here. First of all, you just go. I don't need you. I need a clean. Yes. So here we will add a maneuver and let it intersect with the Mars orbit. Here we go. So as you can see, no, it didn't go as planned. Wait a sec. We need to do it here. So maybe we'll plot a maneuver here. It will be of some help. Would it be? No, it won't. Right? Whatever is the closest we can get, we'll do that, na? Why I can't plot a maneuver here just? I'm not getting towards Mars right now at all. It is increasing, so let's just decrease a bit. Yes. And oh, 30 for 20. Yeah, here we go. We have the encounter, but we are wasting a lot of fuel here. I don't know if we'll be able to make it towards the, but it's still we'll try. Let's just go for an equatorial orbit here. We won't be doing that correction maneuver here. Let's just be doing this here, and we'll do the connection maneuver afterward. What about this thing? Solar panels opening. Wait a sec. What were their action groups? Okay, 5 does something. Let's just go for 5, and here we go. There we go, the solar panels. Now, oh shit, no, I deleted the maneuver or what the hell? Guys, just be patient in the chat. It's okay, no worries. I need to plot it again. I just don't want to do that. So now are we getting an encounter? Okay, we will be getting an encounter, no worries. And here we go. Here we go. So let's just be here, and then we'll plot a correction maneuver afterwards. Start 1 in 13 seconds. What? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. We are just to see one thing, guys, that we don't have what the hell. I'll spend all my fuel here only. How will I be able to? First of all, I need to detach this thing. Where it is? I don't need this thing now. I really don't need this now. This wasn't just an escape pod. Oh, first of all, I have the Kerbal sitting here, so I need to transfer them here first. Then I'll do that. Okay, I'll do this. See, the peri-axis height has dropped. Oh, what the hell? We are going back to we are going back to Earth now. What the hell I do? Let's just get back to Earth now. Okay, let this be the ending stream only, right? This thing should be the ending. Let this be the ending only. Oh, so Kerbals died, as we all know, from the overheating. We don't have here, and we are just blowing ourselves into the atmosphere right now, and hopefully we'll die. No worries. we try to land it at least, and we'll recover it, and we'll do it again after some time. Okay, then we'll do that. And now see guys, see it explode, and explosion. Wow, it survived, but it will also explode. Yeah, KSP is all about explosions, right? I know, Dan. I did that. I made a mistake there. I needed for that the orbit should be higher. I know that. So no problems. Let's just end our stream here only for today. We'll join back again after 7 hours for Russian stream. And thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Also, I'll really let me conclude the stream first. First of all, today when I woke up, I was like, will there be a stream or not? I was trying to find. Then we had a stream from the unofficial stream from the people itself. We were filming from the cameras or the uh, phones, and I was able to capture that. Then after that we saw the beautiful liftoff of the vehicle, and we thought that it was an explosion there, but no, it wasn't an explosion. It was just a contrail there. So what about the abort system? I forgot to but abort system also didn't do anything, won't be of much use, because the kerbals only died. So what is the use of abort system, right, in this? So yeah, so I was telling about, yeah, so we thought that that was an explosion, but it was an contrail, so no worries with that. And finally we had a successful deployment of the orbiter, the Mars probe, and we congratulate China for that, and hopefully they'll complete their mission with all the three things working correctly. And then we played some Kerbal here right now, and you know what happened. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate your effort, and just subscribe and like the stream. I love you all. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye.